Hello, everyone. It is Sandra Alexei, okay, and I am from Game Changer, the YouTube channel. And Game Changer is a self-discovery book, and it's the new model of relationships, okay? Very Aquarian. The first chapter is all about self-discovery. There's interactive exercises. It makes a wonderful gift. Okay, it's really good for anybody that is married, that is planning on getting married, that's living together, especially good for blended families. There's a whole chapter. It's a toolbox. Okay, so you can have a look at it. It's just up to the top, and you can order it on Amazon or through Friesen in British Columbia. Now they have, it comes in hardcover, softcover, it comes in ebook, and it comes in audio. Okay. If you look at the underneath in the show me section, I have my website. It's called My Personal Muse. I'm a business and spiritual coach. I've had a very diverse life. I've done a lot of different things, and you can actually look at my testimonials. I have a short clip on an audio. I'm here to assist people in finding their purpose. Okay, so I work with businesses, I work with individuals. Okay, there is, like I say, all my testimonials are there. There is a photo album of all the different things that I have done, all my accomplishments, and there's also a section on spiritual tools that you can have a look at. I also like to interview people to share their gifts, because we're all in this together. It's a very Aquarian energy. We network with like-minded people to assist other people that want forward momentum and want to be creative and advance in their life. It's an evolution of the soul. Okay. Now, today is July 23rd, I think, right? And so we're in the Leo energy, but also it is a full moon at 1 degree of Aquarius. And I've already done the video and put the post up, because I have a post on my Facebook page. I have 3 Facebook pages, a Game Changer, a Muse page, and my personal one. I'm quite politically active, so you might want to just keep looking at the Muse and the Game Changer, okay, Facebook page. But I put the written because a lot of people like to print it off because of the different dates that I talk about. The reason I'm doing it is because this is a very, very powerful, magical time. And it was like I was given a message last night that I had to put some stuff together, especially after talking to people this week about what has actually been happening in their life, okay? A lot of them just don't understand it. There's so much intensity. There's so much craziness. There could be so much confusion, okay? And so I thought we would go through that. Usually on my videos, I put a little bit more into it, because I'll give you some examples and stuff that I don't write down when I do the other one. So some powerful energies. The full moon is at 1 degree of Aquarius. So you want to look at where that is if you know anything about astrology and you have your natal chart. Okay, so if we combine it with the retrograde planets right now, which are Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, okay, and Pisces, and now Chiron, okay, Chiron is the healer. And so this is all about magical alchemy. I think there's 5 planets that are retrograde. Anyway, there is a full video on retrograde planets. Awesome. This full moon illuminates, like it's like a big flashlight. It comes down, okay? And what we're seeing is a lot of fear, okay, which is a lower state of consciousness, which is created by manipulation, mind control, guilting, coercion, shaming, because of greed, evil, deceit, power struggles, programming for control over, want to control, okay? Carolyn Mize said at a workshop I took one time, we're all vying for power over each other. Right now, freedom versus control. We have this Uranus, Saturn square that's going on. Aquarian energy Okay, so if it's Saturn, okay, Saturn and Uranus, well, Uranus rules Aquarian. So Aquarian energy is about freedom. So we win. Stay strong. But what you need to do is stand up and be heard. What's your truth? Knowing all of the information, though. Okay, that's just it. A lot of people just know some information. They don't know all the information. So you have to do your research. Okay, because people are trying to control you. Okay, they're controlling the media, what we know, and I'll tell you about that after. Okay, the massive shift is in process, and so many people do not see or hear what is really going on. So the craziness is intensified. Okay, so now let us check this out with some common sense and critical thinking skills. When we have high anxiety, confusion, and are afraid, we cannot process, as we can have cognitive dissonance. Okay, the adrenaline is pumped and we're just not thinking right. Okay, so this full moon with the bright light will help us to see and get clarity. My purpose today is to assist you in calming down your soul. Breathe. Okay, go in, listen to your intuition, and stand up for your truth. As you embrace your personal power, aligning with Source, Divine, and God, you know, and it is your sovereign right to stand up for what you believe and to take appropriate actions based on your truth. Okay, what we are experiencing is intense bullying and harassment, which is happening daily at all levels and all areas of your life. At this time in the world, it's rampant in our personal lives. Usually it was just about in work. Concerning work, there are labor boards in WorkSafe with bullying and harassment as a workplace issue. We have in Canada occupational health and safety laws, which includes the concept of due diligence. This is interesting. Now, due diligence means the employers should take all reasonable precautions under the circumstances to prevent injuries or accidents in the workplace. Every person should be able to work in a safe and healthy workplace. However, with the different stress factors of the masks and the V's, there is a lot of coercion, a lot of manipulation, a lot of guilting, a lot of shaming, etc., and control by employers, federal, and provincial governments. Mental stress gives a lot of confusion and tiredness. So a lot of individuals are being threatened by employers and family members. Examples include a professor at a Canadian university being fired because of sharing his point of views that go against our government, a lot of censorship. A grandmother being told she cannot see her grandchildren unless she gets the B. Actually, it's hard to keep track now. It is so evil and so crazy. I share more examples, as I say on the video, rather than what I write down. At work, it's easy. You can document and just phone a counselor at Labor Board. WorkSafe, take a few minutes, dates and behaviors, or you can try to resolve it between the individual that's harassing or bullying you. Nowadays, you need to have a copy of your constitutional rights when it comes to the V. Different agendas, rules, know your sovereign rights. During this challenging and transformative time, we're asked to go within, get courage, align with Source and Divine, and shine our light, which means we are sovereign beings, we are authentic, we have transparency, so we have our emotional truth, and it's time we listen to our own intuition, as we have worked very hard to acknowledge our worth, value, and work very hard to be self-sufficient, self-responsible, and have moral competency. Now, power exists in all relationships. Having power means to have a sense of control, to have choices and the ability to influence our environment, okay, and others. It's a natural and healthy instinct to exert our power to get our wants and needs met. However, we have manipulative energy vampires, we have parasites, we have narcissists, psychopaths, which are dominant, aggressive control freaks that want to control and own you and tell you what to do. So you must learn to stick up for yourself, respecting yourself. That's a big lesson, huge lesson right now for everyone in the universe. Finding your voice, and as you learn to value and feel worthy, as you respect yourself and you call your spirit home. So authenticity and sovereignty and transparency. And when you, have the courage to call people on their transparency, and their dominance, then you shift the energy. Pluto in Capricorn right now. And so people say, like, how do you know? I have a lot of faith, I have a lot of trust, because I've been studying this for years. Now, right now, Pluto is in Capricorn, so it's all about power-driven people, corruption, greed, and work. Systems more important than individuals, very hierarchical and patriarchal, which we're dealing with as we are experiencing the lower consciousness. And remember, everything is consciousness right now. So not everyone has the capacity to be more conscious, more aware, more mindful, more awake to see the truth. And that is changing with all the shocking disclosures that are being illuminated daily. Pluto, the ruling planet of Scorpio, which is all about transformation, has been in Capricorn since 2007, and it stays there till March 22nd of 2024. It's all about transformation, total destruction of societal structures that are not of benefit to humanity. And we are all involved. Now we're talking political, we're talking religious, we're talking education, we're talking health, we're talking family. Every societal structure is going down. Take heart that Pluto in Capricorn is an ally to reform all that is toxic, evil, satanic, and not authentic. In our lives, it's expressed in the choices we make to invest in what is destructive or in creation, so we can feed the fear or to be part of creating a brighter future. The shadow power, as Pluto is in Capricorn, is a plan of total control, narcissistic relationship behaviors, and a plan for world government that will be held together by tyrannical control. Do you think it's going to happen? No. Why? Because Pluto moves into Aquarius in 2024. It's all being broken down now. That's the challenge and ordeal. As more wake up to this and either go along with it or buck the system, your choice. Some of the challenges are indoctrination, brainwashing, the cognitive dissonance from the house arrests, masks, lockdowns, control mechanisms that affect the ability to process, to use discernment, so you have clarity, which you do not have when you're suffering from anxiety. Always remember, knowledge has power. The question is, what about wisdom, intuition, life experience, reasoning, critical thinking skills, and logic? The next challenge. Question societal critical thinking skills, or have they been indoctrinated? What have they been teaching in schools? What's the big challenge right now? The union in the states. We're the most powerful union, we have the most amount of money, and we're going to teach critical, theory. I don't think they will. Some of the governments are saying no. So where did that come from? Brainwash, controlled by media and cults, major cover-ups, scandals, lack of transparency and authenticity. After you have read this portion, how do you feel about it? That's the question. Do you feel played? Do you feel manipulated by someone's agenda? So it's interesting. On April the 14th, I was doing a video. I can't remember which one it was, but I woke up in the middle of the night and it said, it's a voice, it's a knowing I have. You need to look, there's something that's coming up in the news today that's really relative. I know I was working on the nodals. on the nodes, the Gemini-Sag nodes. Okay, so on April 14th, CNN came out and did a major disclosure. And my word here is the audacity is incredible. Okay, and how they think it is a joke. They thought it was a joke that they can indoctrinate and manipulate, and they did. CNN, and this is the guy, I heard him, okay, and this thing was there. I copied his word for word. CNN Technical Director Charlie Chester says, look what we did. We, CNN, got Trump out. I am 100% going to say it, and 100% I believe that if it wasn't for CNN, I don't know that Trump would have got voted out. I came to CNN because I wanted to be a part of that. CNN Technical Director Charlie Chester was caught admitting that CNN used their platform to help Joe Biden's presidential campaign to the detriment of then President Trump. That is why now social media discussed Hunter Biden's laptop. It was a cover-up. And he says, as far as COVID is concerned, that's practically a thing of the past. Chester said, COVID will taper off to the point it's not a problem anymore. Climate change will then take over, okay? He said, and so CNN will probably be able to milk that quite a bit. He says climate change is going to be the next good thing for CNN. Fear sells. Fear. Wow. Truth. Oh my God, the disaster right now with Biden, with his immigration, the cancel of the pipeline, the spending out of control, and they joke about how they hoodwinked and controlled and indoctrinated the people. They want to go home to home for the vax, the battle of ideas, what's moral competency, and actually today, the doctor, the White House doctor, he was Obama's and Trump's, and they all made fun about Trump. They said he was disoriented, whatever. Like the doctor said this morning, he got the top score. But they are looking at Biden because of his mental deterioration, and I really feel sad for him. I can't believe that his wife would let him be so embarrassed, like he can't put a thought together. So they're going to have a competency test for him. Okay. So now ethical competence was defined in terms of moral competence as the ability or capacity of persons to recognize their feelings when they encounter what's morally right or wrong in particular situations, and then to reflect on those feelings, to correct their decisions and act in ways which bring about the highest level. That's more ethical. Now, moral competence refers to the effective orientation to perform altruistic behaviors and the ability to judge moral issues logically. Now, here is my knowing. I have a lot of hope and a lot of faith. Okay. What I do know is the age of Aquarius and the planets in and moving into Aquarius is a very impersonal intellectual energy, which is incredibly positive for our humanity. Some people believe you find everything you need to know in the religion or history books. However, right now we're talking nodal position, Gemini. It's just like Buddha. It encourages us to doubt everything. Doubt what I say. And find your own light. Align with God, divine, source, okay, authenticity, your knowings. Rather, we're living in this energetic theme right now where we're listening to authority, we're being indoctrinated and brainwashed. Patterns. Challenge your assumptions and approach life with curiosity. Some of your beliefs may crumble, and they must crumble, okay? It's like they're being destroyed, okay? So you have more relevant beliefs. To attain wisdom in the coming year and a half, the North Node in Gemini will ask us to open our minds to a more scientific, fact-based approach. And that's not Fauci. That Rand Paul is it, he will take Fauci down. Okay, that's the bottom line. It's all about truth. There's facts, there's emails, there's everything, okay? Everything is going to be exposed. Truth always is revealed. This is a spiritual war, light against the dark. very prevalent right now. So I said, do not believe just because everyone else does. Instead, just as Buddha, doubt everything and find your own life, your own light and life. This is where we have some big choices and decisions to make, as friends and parents try to control you. As you change, they cannot handle it and will not be able to support your lifestyle. So that's your personal dilemma. So I just want to say a few things about that. So there's some people that, I think I said it before, you can't, if somebody gets the V, they won't talk to each other in the family. Okay? And if somebody's mad at somebody because they won't drive a certain way, or they won't make the bed a certain way, or whatever. Okay, control. Okay, and I have to share some things with you. I find it really interesting. Because of my positions, there's a lot of times people will try to control. Okay, I don't control. I'm not here to control. I need to take care of myself, control myself, self-mastery. Okay, so first of all, I have a lot of different, I've had a great life, different things, but I have my crystal master judges crystal. Okay, there was a bronze, a gold, and then the crystal. I trained for about 12 years. I've judged hair shows all across Canada, even in the States. Competed myself, have coached students in aesthetics in here that have won. Okay, we go for the I call it go for the money. It's go for the trophy. Okay, that gives you credibility in the industry. That's what it's all about. It's not like trying to act smart. You're honing your skills. You're mastering your trade. Okay, that's what it's all about. And so another thing, I've written other books. So another book, because I've trained them in makeup. And I was a makeup artist when I lived in Hawaii, and I worked with fashion photographers. Actually, Peter Barotti out of LA was one of them. I used to do the hair and makeup. Anyway, I also am a co-author with Gina Boyce. She was a fashion designer in the States. And this is my lady's standard makeup book, where they use throughout the world for teaching their makeup artistry. Okay, and so it's really funny because people will say to me, they don't know my background. They'll say, well, I don't really like how you wear your hair. It's really, that's interesting. So I just say to them, so what is your background and expertise? Well, it has nothing to do with mine. Then I have some people say to me, don't you think you're dressing a little bit out of your age group? I actually worked with a model agency and did modeling. Okay. And then people will say, well, I think that lipstick isn't the really good color for you. Really? Okay. Or I think you should be a vegan. Okay. You know, I don't say anything. Okay. I just will put my hand up, and if they get too belligerent, like on Facebook, I just delete them. I'm not about arguing. Life is far too short. Okay. First and foremost, I'm in my 70s. I might have put on 5 pounds this year. Okay. I have had a challenge with my hips because I was in a car accident. Okay. I have tons of energy. Okay. I don't need somebody to tell me how to live my life. I have lived my life my way. I have taken care of myself. Okay. I've never been beholden to anyone. Even when I taught, I would say to them, because it was an apprenticeship program in the high school. Okay, I have a degree, but it was an apprenticeship program. And we have to follow the apprenticeship, okay? So that's where I see a big change in education. You're going to see a lot of the education move into like an apprenticeship thing, because there has to be skill competency, okay? So a lot of students are coming out of school, and that's why some of my superiors didn't approve. Usually it was the superintendent and my principal who liked me. Some of the teachers didn't like me, and I didn't care, because I wasn't there to please them, okay? I was there to work with the students to make them, to help them find their light. I used to say, let me light your candle, Okay, so that's some of the challenges I've had, and I'm sure you've had your own challenges, so now it's just time to stand up for you. Okay, and the whole thing is, remember this, when you're on a plane, what do they say? You can't save anybody. You can't keep doing everything for anybody. When you pull the mask down, you give it to yourself first. It doesn't matter if you have kids around. Okay, so what I want to say is, so this is your personal dilemma. Maybe that somebody is trying to control you, they disagree with you, and I hope this full moon and all these retrograde planets will help you to illuminate that. It's an incredible, incredible time to have a session or a reading with me. Okay, I do astrology, I mix it with numerology, I do a lot of different things. I had a couple this week, which was really interesting, trying to assist this person on where they're going in their life and basically what's happening, okay? And so again, thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful, happy full moon, and I would really appreciate it if you would like, and if you would share, and if you put your name in the comment, put a comment, your name shows, and I get back to you and I add that, and I do a mini reading once a month, okay, for somebody on Zoom. And I'd love it if you would subscribe. Many blessings, much love, and you know what? Be true to who you are. You are a beautiful human being, okay? You don't need to be controlled. You do not need to have somebody that's an energy vampire or bullying you or making you feel bad or making you feel sad, okay? Much love and many blessings.